I would say that before the class, I had my like body manual and it would like refer me to the wrong page. Like I would like be like thinking I needed this, and then I would get there and be like, wait, that's not it. I feel like what Galena and our group did was reorganize and reorient my body manual so that most of the time I can feel what I need and I can actually answer it. Those nasty, horrific, hateful voices in my head that referred to my own habits and my own body are like they feel almost like a foreign thing. Like I can't believe I lived with those for so long. I'm able to make choices, like Erica said, that feel so much more healthful to myself. Like my body feels happier. And the amount of space that whole conversation takes up in my psyche is just, it's so much smaller. But the key is that because I'm able to inhabit this central region of my body with like a kind of softness and awareness, curiosity, compassion, I don't need to fill it all the time. I don't need to try and regulate my nervous system by filling that space with anything that, you know, with food because I'm there.
I tended to be very black and white. I feel like I have way more compassion for myself, compassion for how my system shows up, that there's expansion and contraction versus something being wrong with me. And I do feel like learning more in the way the content, the way Galena presents the content, felt like I got this deeper dive with somatics and certainly how it relates with food and body that I feel really fortunate to have it. And I feel like it's helped me so much, but it's also helped me become a better practitioner because of that.
I had this story my whole life. I've been in so much therapy and tried so many different modalities that I'm stuck. When I joined the group, I was someone who lived like 95% up here and felt like I had no choice. About a month later, I started having these dreams, just like night after night. And in the dreams, for example, there would be I'd be on a boat and my little girl, my daughter, but obviously it's representative of me, fell off the boat into the water. And I shouted at all the other rafts, get her, grab her, she's right there, get her onto your raft. And they all looked at me and they said, we can't get her onto our raft. And I had this deep realization in my dream, only I can pick up my baby out of this water. And I hauled her with all my strength. I mustered my strength, hauled her onto my raft and like held my little girl.
But I had this idea that doing this group work was I was getting 1/6 of Galena's time. And I did not understand the like exponential power of 6 bodies or 7 bodies together creating this container, and how each person in this group could bring something when they worked on something to reflect back in my experience. And that is so much of what I've learned, and I've been so deeply moved learning to receive and just that power of the group, and really a lot of relational healing that's happened that's kind of shot back out into other areas of my life.
At different times in the beginning of our group, when it would be more of a focus on me and I would take time, like the shame that came of taking up the space in the group was a really, really giant hurdle to overcome. As I found more safety in my system, I was able to access more of my feminine energy and intuition, which literally revolutionized my marriage, which was good to start and now is fire. Like maybe 3 or 4 months in, we got to the part of the curriculum about boundaries. And I would say that our particular group
ended up adjusting Galena's schedule by a few weeks because we had so much relational work to do around this topic, which feels like an important thing to mention, that even built within the program, Galena's like, I don't know, it might be 6 months, it might be 7 months. Like, she's leaving room for what the group needs, which I think just highlights the absolute exquisite beauty of the containers that Galena builds, because she is responding in real time. She's not like a teacher with a course on demand where you're like drinking from a fire hose, like, I can't take this all in. Boundaries work, when we first approached it, felt like a language that I had never spoken. And I felt like a wobbly baby giraffe, like moving around, like, what is happening? It has been such a foundational shift that I almost can't imagine a life without feeling my body and having boundaries at this point. Like that range is what I really want to talk about, because I feel very fluent in boundaries at this point in my life.
It's hard to remember what it was like and how stressful everything was. And now to be able to have a completely different relationship, worth so much.
I think just stop believing that you're broken, because it makes sense. Before I came to this work, I felt so broken and had so much shame. And the most interesting thing about me was my weight. That was always what sort of led. And now I recognize that that's probably the least interesting thing about me. And even looking back at pictures, I don't look at myself through the same lens. Like, I used to think, oh my God, I'm so fat in that picture. And recognizing that I'm not broken, and it makes so much sense that food was my companion and that food helped me for such a long time.
To anyone considering the investment, Kara and I talk all the time about how any modality or an ounce of money that we spend on our own healing, if we actually divided it by just our nuclear family, so I have 5 children and a husband, so there's 7 of us in my home. If I just divided it by 7, but it's not just 7, because it's my parents and my in-laws and my friends and my neighbors. It's like it is exponential, the reverberations that this healing can inspire. Or the word peace in the title of the group is what I have gained the most, and it is not a peace that needs to be 100% of the time, because I have put down that binary need.
Do it. And for me to pull the trigger on actually doing it, I had to double check with Galena that if it wasn't working, that I could leave. Like, it was the fact that she gave me an out within the first month was actually how I was able to make the commitment. And as soon as we had the first meeting, there was not a chance I was going anywhere. It was very solid. And I have said on repeat when it was over, and I would say even more now, I can't believe there could have been a way that I didn't do this. Like, I can't imagine what my life would be if I didn't.
This group in ways that I cannot relate with other women in my life. And I feel so fortunate that we've been brought together to be able to support each other, to share things that like other friends would be like, okay, like I don't get it in the way that we do, because of the work that we're doing and supporting one another and growing together, and being each other's biggest cheerleaders. Like, it's something that I've never experienced to this degree before.
Don't tell Galena this. I hope she's not listening. I hope she's not watching. She probably is. But now looking back, I would pay twice, no thrice, no 10 times the amount of whatever it costs to be where I am now. Yeah. One-on-one work is amazing, but group work, woo! I tell you what. Yeah, it's a different thing. It's a different thing.